got through Christmas and New Year's. How did that go?
And Martin Luther King Day.
Yes. God bless. We had...
And a shutdown.
And my wife is a federal employee, but she wasn't affected because she works for the VA, which was funded, thank God. Christmas went really well. I got a gig bag for my guitar, and I got a book that is a 100 exercises for beginners, which sounds great on the cover until you open it and it's all notes. And I'm like, oh, a beginner that knows how to read music.
It's perfect.
Which is not me. So that kind of was a whack, 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 whack moment.
Although, when I was in, I think looking back to 6th grade, when I first started band, first class, you didn't even have an instrument. You had was sheet music.
Right.
And you start there. Anyway,
right.
So I guess looking at it that perspective.
Yeah, and I've been thinking a lot about, like, I like what we're doing. The kids are upstairs. If you hear anything, that's their iPads, because we're stellar parents. But yeah, I've been thinking about how much fun I'm having doing the videos to learn guitar, but there probably is like a structure that we're bypassing, which reading music is probably in there somewhere. There's a couple of videos that I found because I got the book and somebody paid money for me to have the book, and I'm like, okay, how hard is it to learn to read music? And I actually found a couple of videos where here's 3 tricks to help you learn sheet music really fast. And then my kids needed help putting a toy together, or we had to clean up the mess because this living room did not look anything like it does now for like a week. Did you get anything cool for Christmas?
Socks,
nice.
Pajamas, dad stuff.
Dude.
Yeah, I think that was, I bought a car right before Christmas.
Yeah.
My parents were in town for Christmas. A lot of money was spent prior to, does Nathan need any gifts? So, yeah, I know I'm forgetting something important, and my wife will probably tear me apart for it, but socks, I just remember, I need those. Oh, and pajama pants, I needed those too.
Yeah, I got a few things I needed.
Yeah, I think that was it for cool stuff. I remember telling them I wanted the limited edition Marvel action figure set things. Like, so, you go to Target, you find little Iron Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Legend, Marvel came out with a specific series, and I don't ordinarily collect these things, but I was watching YouTube, and I guess I was feeling like spending money. I was like, that looks cool. And then I went to Target and saw how much they cost. I said, don't buy me any of these.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm good.
I saw the Daredevil Netflix series. I saw an action figure.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's probably...
It's really cool. And I was looking at this, I was like, oh, I love this show, and now it's not on anymore. And this would be cool on my desk. And then we were at an outlet, and so that means it was like half off.
Yeah.
It was still like $24.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well that's not going on my desk.
$50-$60. And I don't really have a lot of shelf space left in my office. Anyway,
he has a very cool office.
And I got like 100 Star Trek figures in boxes, still waiting to get put up. I was gonna sell them, but they're not worth but $2 a pop.
Right.
So
I have a buddy that I remember in the 90s. He was buying 2 of every like X-Men action figure, Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, one that he could play with. Yeah. Like at the time we were in our mid-20s, but he had this crate, and he kept saying, "This is my retirement. This is my retirement," and it was like speculating on stock, No, it's not lunchtime. We're filming a thing. When we're done, we'll make you lunch. Okay? Is that fair? Okay.
You can ask Chase if he wants to share his granola.
They're not allowed to have food up there, but we'll see. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's only because my kids eat like rats, So you know how cartoon rats, they eat and it's nothing but crumbs going on at either side?
Yeah.
Nothing gets in my kids' mouths. It all just goes out the sides and onto the floor. So, but yeah, I mean, now those figures are probably worth $2 each on
Just
eBay.
like the Beanie Babies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a
My
huge
mom
thing.
has a ton in the attic. We even have the Princess Diana ones, but not the ones that are going to make you rich.
We gave one to a dog as a chew toy. That was a mistake. Those lentil beans in there? What is that?
I don't know. Never seen
God, that was not smart at all. Because I guess she could sense there was food in there.
Sure.
Yeah, that little white bear didn't stay together at all.
You had a white one?
Yeah.
Oh, we had the purple ones. Huh.
I think we got it at a yard sale or something.
We were in Germany, and the Mazda 95 MPV van we had broke down, and it was about 95 degrees, and my grandmother was in the car with us, and we were stuck on the side of the road, and of course we don't speak German. I think we were by Kimsey or Cologne, one of the two.
I've been
anyway, we ended up getting a tow truck, and we rode all the way to his tow truck station / gas station, and they had about 100 Beanie Babies in there, Princess Diana ones.
Oh,
my mom bought every single one of them.
That might actually.
And we carried that all the way to Austria, and then back home to England.
You're listening to Collector's Talk. Yeah, I've never been able to collect anything. I used to build Star Trek models.
Yeah.
And I had all of the ships from the original series and the movies and Next Generation. And then I moved in with this roommate, and I set them up on this, like, he had 2 bookshelves side by side. And I don't know if he hated them or what, but he accidentally destroyed all of them within a month. Like, oops, sorry, crush. I was like, oh, I guess. And I would sit there and, like, meticulously paint them. And
sure, I had some models, usually jets.
Oh yeah, I love jets. Yeah.
I don't think I had any Star Trek.
But yeah, since then I've stopped ever trying to collect anything.
That would be an experience. Having all my stuff destroyed that I spent hours and days on.
It was fun to watch. It was yeah. That was
buying all the different kinds of paints that you need.
Yeah.
Gunmetal gray.
Dove gray, lots of dove gray. That's a lot of Star Trek stuff is dove gray.
Yeah.
So how'd you do rehearsing wise in our month-long break?
First month or so, I think December, I kind of just stopped, just having family in town and getting my goals together. HOA related business type stuff. It's New Year, so the board has to meet and do all these things, and so I really didn't pick it up very much. I looked at it. Just like when I first bought it and didn't play, I looked at it on the wall and I was like, I'll play one of these days. But my parents were home. I think I practiced at least 3 or 4 times over that Christmas break.
Right, Christmas
so between the 14th and the 25th.
Yeah.
But still stayed on the original lessons that we had picked up with
the scales.
Is that what you call it? I mean, just getting your finger patterns running through
scales.
I guess so. Yeah.
So we worked on Tony Polocastro had the A major scale, and
oh yeah, that's what that one is. Yeah, A major. I did.
Yeah, and I think I've got that one.
Right.
Oops. Now I can't do it. What am I doing here? I can do it better.
That's not what I was thinking about, but I didn't learn that one yet. I was thinking about running your fingers down from the 5th fret.
Oh yes.
On. Yeah.
I'm still working on my pinky.
Pinky, yeah. I find that if my pinky's off, especially going backwards, then everything's off. Because then you're over when you shouldn't be. You're one fret over where you shouldn't be. Yeah, and then trying to fine tune the vibration of the strings on the fretboard, just making sure that I have enough strength coming down on the strings. Is something to remember. And then I've been exercising too, so like the cardio that I do needs my arms. It's arm heavy and not leg heavy, and so when I play, my arm's usually a little tired.
Right.
When I play, and you know, the strings on this guitar are pretty thick.
Well, we're gonna change that.
Yeah. So my index ends up being black for one.
And
then it hurts. And all right, that's why I usually. Okay, I'm done for today. I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Same time, same place, same couch.
So I work at a computer a good part of my day, and so what I've been doing is playing YouTube videos about, you know, guitar on my headset while I work. And there are some where it's like, you know, all it is them, and now look, do this, and now do this, and then they're playing, and that does nothing. But then there's some guys that are like, guys, like one of the ones that I liked was, and I'll find the link for it, there was 5 tips for older beginners. And I was like, oh. That's a video. Yeah, that's right up our alley.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he suggested that I've been doing this last month was he suggested, one, don't put the guitar anywhere where you can't see it, which you and I both have. It's in the living room. It hangs up on the wall. I see it. When I walk in the back door, I see that guitar. It's the first thing I see. But then the other thing he said was, don't try to carve out like an hour's or half an hour or, you know, any time schedule other than 5 minutes for rehearsing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And his reasoning is really sound, because it's like, if you as a busy adult with kids try to carve out an hour in your day, it's going to get screwed up immediately.
That's
true. There's going to be wife, there's going to be kids, there's going to be HOA, there's going to be work, there's just going to be all these things that are going to take your hour and make it go away. But 5 minutes you can do. And he goes, what'll happen is once you sit down and do your 5 minutes, the next thing you know, 15 minutes have gone by.
Right, yeah.
30 minutes have gone by. And he said, if you can just
like exercise.
Exactly. Once you get into it, you're there, you're going to do it for a little while. And my thing has been, I get home, check in with my wife, yell at my children, and then sit down, and because I get home at like 6, I get off work at 6:30, I get home at 7:30. By the time I get home, she's done with them. So I holler at them to start getting ready for bed, brush your teeth, and then I sit down, and sometimes I really do only get that 5 minutes, and I'll just do, you know, a fingerboard exercise, just so I can like keep doing it. But a lot of nights, you know, by the time, because I have one that's reading to herself now, so that's one less story I got to read at night.
Yeah.
I'm actually averaging.
Kids of second grade.
Oh my God. Once the little one gets up there, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm averaging about 30 minutes a night playing with this, and I can tell now that when I'm typing on my keyboard, these first 3 fingers, not this pinky because you suck.
Your index in your middle.
Yeah. These tingle when I use my keyboard.
Huh?
And I'm like, oh, something's happening here, you know? So that's kind of interesting. But I'll send you that link. I should have sent you that link, but when I found it.
It's okay, I got a lot of links to look at.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing that's hard. But I think we're doing good with scales. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with scales.
Something you told me, what was it? What, 2 weeks ago now, when you gave me the paper with the stickers to kind of learn some scales, which was pretty awesome, because it got me to do something different versus me kind of motivating myself to watch the video and do it. But now I end up playing more with my guitar. I was just trying to learn the video, and I didn't have any imagination on where I wanted to go when I wanted to just kind of pick at my guitar and see what I could come up with on my own.
Right.
And having learned a couple scales, now I'm like, okay, I understand where some of my notes are on the guitar, so now my imagination's starting to pick stuff up, and I'm starting to finger pick and use the pick.
Yep.
And do different things, and I'm beginning a better relationship with my guitar, right? I'm starting to like it a lot more. I mean, the idea of wanting to play guitar and then having a guitar and playing guitar are two separate things.
Right.
And now that I'm picking it up a little bit better and I'm being able to do what I want, I'm definitely falling more in love with my guitar. I pick it up a lot more often. I don't always pick it up just to play a scale. Sometimes I just pick it up.
Just to noodle with it. Yeah.
And that's definitely something I wasn't doing before Christmas that I have done after. So that was optimistic. It makes me feel good about it because I'm like, maybe it isn't really for me, and maybe I won't be very good at it. Who knows? But at least I love it.
Right. Right. I mean, I don't care if I ever play in front of anybody. Like my big goal has always been like a campfire type deal, playing around the campfire, or noodling around with the blues and stuff like that. But it's not something where it's like, I can't wait till I do Carnegie Hall, or I want to sell out the Cow Palace. You know, it's not that thing for me. So I agree. I feel that. I will say that once I learned one scale, other scales suddenly, like, I watched another video and it was like, okay, here's the E blues scale. Mm-hmm. And within like 10 minutes, I was pounding out the E blues scale.
I hope that I find that to be the case too when I start.
I think you will, yeah, because it's just, you know, once you're like, you know, this is my. Yes, my love.
Do you know what email address to get into Minecraft is?
What email address to get into Minecraft is? Can we do it later? Can you give me about 5 minutes? Okay. Yeah, your life is so hard.
But I have nothing else to do, so I'm waiting. So that's the only thing I wanted.
Probably a good place to end it.
See you next week.